yesterday. So what would you say to that? Well, not everybody is happy every day. Maybe he had some bad investments in the stock market. Maybe it's what he had for lunch. How is that a sign that we have to go? So Yaakov says, because you have to understand, there's a halachahi, the Rashi brings down in this week's parsha, halachahi, Esav sona es Yaakov. The way of the world is for Esav and Lavan, and the truth is, most of the world, not to like the Jewish people. That's the natural way. Until Mashiach comes, that's the natural thing. If they're being nice to us, that's unnatural. That's not normal. So every single day I wake up and I see that Lavan is being nice to me, I scratch my head and say, wow, what a nice. I don't go, well, he's come a long way since I last met him. He's changed for the better. I can rely upon this, I can live with him for a long time. No, I understand. Lavan is being compelled to be nice. How? Because Hashem is doing to him. Yaakov has a job, he has a purpose, he's there for a reason. To accomplish something. So Kosh Baruch Hu is helping him out by making Lavan nice to him. By making his brothers-in-law nice to him. So the moment they start to show their true colors at that time, Yaakov says, uh-oh. It's a big dam, this big, huge dam holding back water. And on the other side is tons of water going, we got to get through this wall. They're pushing, the water's pushing against the wall. Got to crack this wall and drown all the villagers down below. And the wall's going, I won't let you through, I won't let you through. And every day someone goes out and he walks across the wall looking for cracks. Why? Because with all that water pressure on the other side, what difference does a little crack make in a big, huge concrete dam? The difference between drowning thousands of people, if not millions, if it happens to break. Because of all the pressure behind, the crack pushes the crack, starts to, the whole wall can come down. So when Yaakov sees a little crack in the exterior of Lavan and his sons, he says, I'm out of here. I'm out of here so fast, I'm not even going to stop to say goodbye. But think about it for a second. These are the questions we don't ask so much. We read the Chumash, it was right by us. But it's bizarre. You know why it's bizarre? Because Yaakov is working for Lavan all this time. He's not taking care of his own personal wealth. And finally the time comes to get rich. He wants to go back home. They make a deal. And Yaakov says, he kept switching it. I said this type of sheep, and it became that type of sheep. They all, it's a whole mess over here. Now, how does he actually multiply the sheep? It's actually quite deep. We sit back and say, wow, look at that. He takes a stick and cuts into the stick, and he does who knows what kind of Kabbalistic incantations and yichudi, who knows? But somehow he makes all these sheep and becomes very wealthy in 6 years. Now, if you were the brothers-in-law watching this take place, what would you say when you saw that happening? What would you say? First of all, I would say, this guy's a sorcerer. Doing voodoo or something. I don't know. They didn't know about Kabbalah so much, his brothers-in-law. But even if they did, what were we doing until now? Until now, everything was normal. You went out, took care of the sheep for our father, did everything was, it's all normal. All of a sudden comes time for you to get rich, and you're using all kinds of mystical, suspicious powers over here, right? That's going to get resentment. That's going to lead to all kinds of backlash. And then Yaakov is forced. He's forced to flee Lavan while the guy is away taking care of his animals and doing his business and all that. He sneaks away. What's social media going to do with that one? What's it going to say? So it tells you. Yaakov stole again the heart of Lavan. And that's after he stole the bruchas from Esav. Way back, then, and, what is going on? I mean, for somebody who's called Ish Emes, it's such a convoluted, backwards way to go about doing what has to get done. But just look at the way it appears in the eyes of everybody else. Why does it be like that? Okay, so he gets Yaakov on his way home and all that. I don't know people's political affiliations. I gave up on guessing that a long time ago. I learned my lesson the hard way. Talking about one person, one politician, which I thought that the other person supported, only to find that was not the case. But whatever's going on right now in the States, right? With this whole, what's going on here is part of the whole picture too, but leave that for the time being. Whatever's going on in the States right now with this whole Trump impeachment process, sometimes you can see things better from a distance than you see things close up. Who's been down? What does he do? Esav, they're fighting over, Marmachpelah. Yaakov is dead, waiting to be buried inside Marmachpelah, and Esav, comes up with a star. He bought it, belongs to him. He wants it. They're arguing back and forth. The Shvatim, there's a whole debate taking place. And Chush ben Dan, what does he do? He sees this taking place. He sees his grandfather waiting to be buried as a bizayon. It's a disgrace. He can't hear. He's deaf. So he can't hear the discussion, which is a good thing, because if he did, he might get pulled into it and lose his perspective. But because he can't hear what's going on, but he can see what's going on, he can see. He walks up and he knocks Esav's head off. I don't know if I'd want to see that. But that's what he does. End of story. And his head rolls into Marmachpelah. That's the only part that was allowed to get in there. And Yaakov is buried. Sometimes you stand back and look at the situation. So you have the situation taking place, and the way that it usually works, unfortunately, and we learn from Yaakov Avinu that the only way to get Jews to detach themselves from their host countries outside of Eretz Israel is anti-Semitism. So is anti-Semitism racism? Well, we've discussed this before in the past. Anti-Semitism is not racism. That's the biggest mistake a person can make. If you assume it's racism, you're in danger. Racism, for the most part, takes place when people are different. The difference is that make people not like one another. But anti-Semitism has been proven, has been the worst in places where the Jews are most assimilated. Where we the least amount of visualness, or whatever the word is, in the eyes of everybody else. It's not racism. It resembles it in some respects, but it's not. It's a dialogue. Anti-Semitism is a Kodesh Baruch Hu talking to the Jewish people. And he starts mildly, and a few things here and there, tells us it's time to go, yeah. I don't want to go. So he talks a bit louder. It's like, I remember I used to, try to get my kids to clean up when they were much younger. Now, Baruch Hashem, they clean up a lot. But when they were younger, it was a little harder on Friday afternoons to get them to clean up. And we'd stay about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Shabbos coming at 5 o'clock, 5:30. And tell them, clean up. They say, just 5 minutes. So you're 5 minutes, like, I can afford that. Right? You come back 10 minutes later, and of course, they're sitting in the exact same place, playing the exact same game, making twice the mess they made 10 minutes ago. And you tell them, I asked you to clean up. Just 5 minutes. And you already said just 5 minutes. Now I have to start cleaning up. And this goes on back and forth for a little while. To eventually you get to the point where it's getting so late, you have no choice but to raise your voice and shock them to clean their mess up. Get that stuff and put it away. Shabbos is almost here. Didn't say it's the right way to do things, but it happens a lot of times. And then they have the audacity to say, you always yell at me. You never talk nicely to me. I did. The first 15 times I tried, but that went like over and through and under, and and only when I got to that point, it was Kodesh Baruch Hu. I was like, he's talking to us. Prepare, get ready. Things are coming. Things are happening. Just like So then she has to raise his voice. Anti-Semitism is a Kodesh Baruch Hu raising his voice. We learn that from Yaakov Avinu. We're supposed to learn that from Yaakov Avinu. And the moment he understood, he saw that, he was out. He was gone. If you look at it, it was so mild. There was nothing much going on. He could have waited longer, seemingly. Well, there are other issues too. That's a different point. But as bad as it was not that bad. I've often said that the Jewish people's greatest trait or ability is our ability to adapt to situations. We somehow come, we land on our feet and we work it out, we build ourselves up, and the most negative trait we have is our ability to adapt to things. It's always a double-edged sword. In Mitzrayim, it was bad. You know how long did the slavery last for? 116 years. Has anybody ever asked themselves why it took so long to get out before Kosh Baruch Hu finally heard the Jewish people? You know why? Because people came home and they it could always be worse. But Paro but it could always be worse. Tomorrow it was. Well, it could always be worse. And we just kept saying it until finally Hashem said, well, if that's the way you're going, then I'm going to put a Paro into power who has some kind of disease, whose physicians are going to tell him the only way to get rid of it is to bathe in Jewish blood, and they'll take the babies and they'll take the blood and they'll bathe in it, and finally you'll say it can't be any worse than this. And then they finally call out, and of course Baruch Hu finally hears them, and he finally redeems them. Where were they until that time?